Well, hello everybody. It's Lynn Positin, Lynn About Town, and we are here live on the Talk of the Town. And we broadcast from Clearwater, Florida, my home, and we're here at Tan Talk. And anybody who hasn't heard the show before, we try to bring good guys and good news and just talk about all the do-gooding going on and the good events and just good. That's why I always start the show, or I try to start the show with an upbeat song that makes everybody realize that there's a lot of good and a lot of things to be happy about in this world. I work for Consumer Energy Solutions in Clearwater, and this is a show that's sponsored by my company. And I am the Director of Community Relations, and what I do is I go around town and around the area, and I find out about good things and charities, and I try to give them help wherever I can. So today I don't have a guest, so I'm going to tell you about some events that are upcoming, and one that just happened. So last week we had Chef Vanessa Marquis on the show, and we did what is called a chef showcase, a women's chef showcase. And all of the chefs were women, and we had an incredible fundraiser for Drug Free America Foundation, which is a national organization that works with prevention, substance abuse prevention. It connects a lot of different services and brings people together that help keep children and other people, don't have to be children, off of drugs. And that can be illegal drugs and legal drugs. It doesn't really quite matter these days. You know, a drugged life is, quite frankly, not a happy life. And Drug Free America Foundation, which is run by a very personal, close friend of mine. There's her picture there for those of you in Facebook land in the middle. That's Amy Ronshausen, and she is the executive director for Drug Free America Foundation. The other lady next to her is Karen. Karen and I have met actually back in Tallahassee in 2014. And Karen actually spoke briefly in a very important public service announcement that's going to be playing in movie theaters. And it's a campaign to bring forth the truth about drugs and what it did to her life, the devastation, and how she lost a child, her boy. And it all did start with, you know, quote, harmless marijuana. But he really got hooked on that and really couldn't stop that. And so she speaks out, she travels around, she spends her time doing that, and it's an important mission for her. So she's a lovely, lovely lady, and hello, Karen Bailey. We love you. Thank you for your outspokenness and your candor about such an important issue. I think you would have to be living under a rock to not know someone or many someones who have had their lives very badly altered by drugs, whether it be themselves or a family member or a close friend. It's devastating. And so anything we can do to just bring the truth about drugs and empower people with that truth so that they can make an educated decision and a smart decision, not some craving decision, then that's a good thing to do. That is why I actually always volunteer, and our company supports the Truth About Drugs program from the Drug Free World Foundation, and their website is drugfreeworld.org, and they have materials and a documentary and a video, and all of it is very, very accessible and current and updated material on the drugs. And as new things come in, they make new videos or new booklets like synthetic drugs. I didn't know what a synthetic drug was, and truthfully, it's made in a lab, and they're very vicious. The chemicals are coming in from Asia and other places, and people are able to get them on the internet and produce these horrendous drugs. You know, you hear about the opioid crisis and all the deaths from opioids, and quite frankly, fentanyl is a very strong opiate, but they're making synthetic, and that's what's getting put inside, and people are buying what they think is heroin, and that's why the overdose numbers are as strong as they are. A lot of people think it's just, oh my God, heroin, as if that wasn't bad enough, right? But it's actually a lot of these fentanyl and fentanyl analogs, these things that they create in the lab, and that is actually the truth of the matter. So go to drugfreeworld.org, go to Drug Free America Foundation, and there's so many materials and different age groups, different things that other people will use and need. So I highly recommend that. But anyway, so the beautiful chef showcase we had with Chef Vanessa, it was just gorgeous. It was refined, and it was elaborate, and everything was beautiful, and the food was incredible. It was like taking a brunch and turning it into a 4-course feast, and none of us left feeling very full. It was just done beautifully. Even the last serving was a homemade ice cream that Chef Vanessa made with mixed berries. And she took a little take on, what is that? French toast. And she rolled it in like a little serving with chantilly cream. It was lovely. And so when I tell you about these events and I say, come, you don't want to miss it. I may be excited about things, but I'm not lying to you. So you do want to come if I say come, because it was pretty amazing. The room was full. We raised money for Drug Free America Foundation. We all had a great time. And yeah, that's what we did. So thank you, Chef Vanessa Marquis. And you are wonderful, and I know why they chose you for the Culinary Olympic team, and we will follow you on that, and representing the United States in that. That's a huge honor and a huge task ahead, and we're with you on that. So we'll have you back on right before you go out to Germany so we can bid you bon voyage. So what's next? So I work in a lot of different community groups, and one of them is the Martin Luther King Center Coalition. That is a neighborhood center coalition, and we're having the 3rd annual Martin Luther King Jr Freedom Swing Golf Tournament. This time we've moved it on up, and we're having it at Bardmore Country Club, which is in Largo. And Bardmore, for those of you who are not golfers, you need to know, has been home to 13 PGA events, and it's also a big, amazing tennis club. So Chrissy Everett, I mean, a lot of great players play the course and the tennis tournaments there because it's so great. And it's right in our home area of Largo. And on September 15th, we are having the 3rd annual MLK Jr Freedom Swing Golf Tournament. And it's very reasonable to play this amazing course. It's only $85 a player. It's a scramble format. All foursomes and contributions are welcome. So if you can't golf or put together a foursome, maybe you want to sponsor, or maybe you just want to send them a check. What the MLK Junior Center is going to be doing for the youth is they're building a technology lab, and they're going to have Coder Dojo. And you can also visit their website, which is clearwatermlkcenter.org, clearwatermlkcenter.org. All the details are there. They are located on Douglas Avenue in Clearwater, in case any of the titles get confusing. But this particular neighborhood center worked for 2 years to ensure that the legacy would not be lost, and it was ready to be lost, just to give you a little history. But on the 29th of November in 2012, the Pinellas School Board issued a lease and keys to the building for the coalition. And since then, we have befriended them. My family has a little brick when they built the brick path with a beautiful quote about how we all may have arrived on a different ship, but we're in the same boat now. And I just felt like that's, a very great quote from Dr. Martin Luther King, because isn't that ever the truth, right? We may have come to Florida or to our groups from different states and different walks of life, but aren't we as mankind really in it together? So, yeah, so then in January of 2015, the community celebrated a grand reopening of the center, and there were over 300 people there. And, you know, the reason that I tell you this is you should go by and take a look at the place. We have a big parking lot. The building is really sufficient for banquets or big parties. They will rent it out very reasonably. I like to try to support local groups, and certainly something as good as this, but to have something in the neighborhood that could really use your love and give you a great venue, to have a great event and a big parking lot, absolutely stop by or give Anthony, my good friend Anthony, who is the president of the center right now, Anthony Burney, and they are in Clearwater. And so remember, it's clearwatermlkcenter.org. And I'm going to put the information below on Facebook, but please give us a call if you want to be on the sponsor banner or you want to sponsor a hole. I want to give a shout out to Clearwater Gas. They are a sponsor. They were last year. They came through the other day with a nice donation, so thank you, Clearwater Gas. And, you know, no donation is too small. You know, to build a coding and a technology lab for kids is just what's needed and wanted now in school for anybody, because this is the age that we're heading into, right? So reading, writing, and arithmetic just aren't going to cut it in a career choice or a career path that we really want to make a good life with. You need to have this technology. So we do want to provide that, and then this is our kickoff to that. So we would love all your donations. If you can't golf, please send a check our way. We will take it happily. And I will be there, and so will my friends and family. If you want to just come and volunteer, I'm sure we have great fun or work for you. I know we have my wonderful Jen is going to be our photographer and videographer, and registration, and, you know, riding around on the golf cart's not so hard to do in a beautiful Florida day. So good weather, September 15th. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to that, and I really hope you do check them out on that website. So what do I have also happening that day? Well, the Fashions with Flair fashion show. So what's that about? So Clearwater has a lot of groups. Clearwater community volunteers have been providing many big important fun fundraisers, and one of them is the ginormous Easter egg hunt that happens in Coachman Park every year. That has grown. I think it's going into its 30th year, if I'm not mistaken, and that has thousands of residents coming from all over to be part of this beautiful day. And it has grown, and there's a big monster raffle. Pam Ryan, the president, makes a big wagon filled with things that just is amazing, and everyone tries to win that. There's golden eggs, and it's just a great event. So that takes a lot of money to put on and a lot of volunteers. So they do that every year. They also do Winter Wonderland, which is a month-long charity toy and food drive. So they build this beautiful village of Winter Wonderland, and there's lights and Christmas trees, and you can visit Santa and Mrs. Claus. And I mean, you can imagine what that costs to build and put on for a month. And then they have this Fashions with Flair runway fashion show. The fashion is by Pippa Pallor of St. Petersburg. There is a gourmet lunch, silent and live auctions. And when I say silent auction, in my lifetime, I have never, ever seen a silent auction like this. Some of my best jewelry has come from there. I look forward to it just for the silent auction every year. And I'm happy to donate the money because you get such great things. This is going to benefit this year the Pinellas Sheriff's Police Athletic League. So the police, PAL, in Pinellas Park. And this is for the it's hard to say that one, Lealman Sports Complex. And also for Winter Wonderland, because as I told you, Winter Wonderland is hugely expensive to put on. And so in order for those toys to be collected and the canned goods and the food drive, we have to be there, right? So yeah, so then the benefit of this, it's Saturday, September 15th, and that's 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. So I can't go. I can't go to the silent auction. I'm sure my husband will be happy. I won't write that big check this year. But it's at the historic Fort Harrison, and that is on 210 South Fort Harrison Avenue in Clearwater. And it is elegantly casual dress, complimentary valet parking, and you can go to ccvfl for Florida.org. ccvfl.org. All the details are there. The link to buy tickets is there. You can watch some cool videos on Winter Wonderland and learn about CCV and the organization there. And please spread the word. The Fashions with Flair is one of those events where you want to come together with your friends, and you know, it's unlike anything I've ever been to. So you will really be in lovely hands. And the tickets are $50 each. Of course, this is for charity, or $4.50 for a table of 10. So please, there's discount pricing on the website. Make sure you check it out. And we're coming up to, you know, selling out. So September 15th, you want to get in there today to the ccvfl.org website and get your tickets. Okay, so the next charity I want to talk to you guys about is one that has become near and dear to my heart, so much so that I joined the advisory board of this wonderful group, and it is called My Hope Chest. Now, you can go to myhopechest.org and check out the website, myhopechest.org, but we have in October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now, awareness is something that is a great thing, but I like to call October, like the founder of this great organization, Breast Cancer Action Month. So rather than just, you know, becoming aware of the fact that more women die of breast cancer than we care to mention, and that it has touched our lives, you know, no matter what, if you start to talk to people, you realize the scares and the, you know, amazing fights women have had to stay alive through breast cancer. But rather than just talk about getting screenings or walking for a cure, I found My Hope Chest. And the thing that I love about My Hope Chest is it fills a need that may not apply to everyone, but boy, if it applied to you, you'd want some help. So for instance, if you were uninsured, or in this day and age, underinsured, and you know, had breast cancer, you fought the fight, and then at the end, you know, you had to have a mastectomy, you would want your breast back. I know I would. In this day and age, we have surgeries that can do that. But sometimes, especially if you waited, it could take 3 surgeries. And that could total, you know, $26,000, something like that. Now, if you are insured, you may very easily have an $8,000 deductible. Now, if you have an $8,000 deductible, for some, you would just borrow the money or figure it out. But here's something to keep in mind. What if you already are just up to here with bills from fighting the disease, the medicines, the babysitting, the you know, home care that you needed, whatever. There's a zillion costs involved in being sick. So now you need to do this because you waited and you didn't get, you know, and you're like, no, I'm better now. I want to get my breast reconstructed. You know, $8,000 could just be the game changer, could keep you right out of doing it. And I don't think that's okay in the 21st century in the US of A. I just don't. And so My Hope Chest moves in. They have a waiting list of women who are in this situation, and they call it transforming and making butterflies. And I like that because, you know, it's taking a person who just came through this horrendous thing that we can't even imagine, and then making them whole again. And I can only imagine the spring and the step after, you know, having that last step of breast cancer healing. So they just started it. It's called Bling A Bra. And talk about fun. you will get this amazing contest. It is a national contest, so it's done online, and you enter and you can Bling A Bra, and all the money for entering your bra, it goes straight to the charity. And it just started, and you can win even a $500 Amazon gift card, and you can have like a little party. You could get your friends together and do a Bling A Bra party, or you know, think of a way to sponsor somebody or give them the money to enter, and let, you know, someone you know do that. And I'm open to a lot of ideas. Like I told you, I joined the board because I really, really think this is a really easy way to get active in helping, especially during this month of October. But these women need your help all year long. So, you know, please feel free to go to myhopechest.org and just donate money today if you want. If you have 20 bucks and you just want to, you know, you just feel like, you know, the message that I gave you today just hit something in you, you know, throw that 20 right there. I mean, how many 20s have we lost? You know, better to send it out, you know, with a little kiss to help a woman get her breast back. So Bling A Bra is on the website, and there is going to be, like I said, a $500 gift card, Amazon gift card, and we call it Decorating Cups to Fill Cups. So I hope you participate. I know that I will be doing one. I don't care if I win or not. I'm a crafter, and I love women, and I love this charity, so I'm going to be doing that. Now, what if you don't want to do that? What if you want to be able to help My Hope Chest or help these women? So we have what we call a community fundraiser. Now, what is that? It's called a third-party event. You need to host a fundraiser. You can get creative. You could create any charity kind of idea you want that can benefit My Hope Chest. You can just get a group of girls together and go, okay, girls, every Friday we are going to, you know, put our money together that we would have spent on dinner, and, you know, then we're going to present My Hope Chest with a check. You could have a restaurant and perhaps give up your happy hour food. Instead of giving it for free, maybe charge everybody and put it in a big fishbowl, send it to My Hope Chest. You could, you know, donate one of the proceeds from one of your days, you know, that you normally, you know, a certain percentage of your income or something that day. There's a million things you could do. But if you create your own fundraiser for that, then that's brilliant, because this is, as Elisa Savaretti likes to say, you know, making money in our sleep. You know, things are happening. People are having events, and the website has some great ideas, and I'm sure you could just go on the internet and find some great ideas as well. Like, I'll tell you something we do at Consumer Energy Solutions. So for the entire month of October, on Tuesdays, we wear pink. If we are going to go out dress code, then everyone contributes to do that. So $5 to wear jeans, and then there's like additional things. If you want to wear a hat, if you want to wear shorts, you pay a little bit more. And last year, we got my boss to match it. So bam, Elisa came over on the last one, and we handed her a $500 check. So there's so many clever things you can do and have a third-party event. And I just, from my heart to yours, for all the women out there, you know, thinking pink is lovely, but let's actually have Breast Cancer Action Month, and it starts now. So go to myhopechest.org for the website, and you know, look, let's just start sharing the word, and let's actually really help women who are on this waiting list, waiting for their breast reconstruction surgery. I know it's like, it seems like a bummer to talk about, and I think that, you know, as soon as you start talking about sickness or breast cancer, you know, brings people down a little bit, but the truth of the matter is that that's how we're going to confront the situation, right? That's what the awareness campaigns are about. And if I didn't tell you that there are women on a waiting list waiting to have their breast reconstruction, but they can't afford it, they're either uninsured or underinsured, then maybe you wouldn't have known about it. So I hope you spread the word, share my posts on Facebook, Lynn Positon, and let's see if we can't actually start having Breast Cancer Action Month starting right now. So thank you for that. And what else do I have to tell you? There's a really interesting thing coming. It's called a Tampa Bay Humanitarian Film Festival. That is also happening on September 15th, 4 p.m. downtown, corner of Fort Harrison in Cleveland. Come on in. There's some great films, and check my Facebook for more information. So I'm wrapping it up, folks. I feel like an auctioneer. I talked straight for a half hour. Yay! And thank you for joining us. And next week I'll have a great guest. So see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.